Bang, bang, Southern Fried Gang. It is JD and Chuck here this evening for some game day reaction. We cannot wait to bring this to you. I'm JD, the Southern Fried Gentleman of Southern Fried Sports. This is Chuck, Gamecock Chuck. I'll let him introduce himself here in just a moment. And then let me go ahead and shout out GreenvilleSportsMedia.com, Arden's Burger and Grill, Beef and Rib, TGFF Game Day. We did that kickoff show yesterday from Furman. I will tell you about that experience in tonight's show. We've got big games that a lot of them didn't turn out the way people thought they were going to turn out. So we'll definitely have to discuss that. And then, of course, Gamecock reaction. And, of course, Clemson reaction. Got to talk about the Clemson Tigers, too. I was shocked by how that game went. Completely shocked. Let's start off right there, though, with Clemson, Chuck. You introduce yourself, and what were your initial thoughts watching the Clemson and LSU game last night?
All right. Well, first off, thank you, JD, for having me on tonight. If y'all don't know me, Gamecock Chuck, I do Gamecock content. I do lives. Did a live like reaction watch party kind of thing today. It's not for kids, so just to let you know, if anybody wants to check it out, come on over. Some crazy words get flown around, and yeah, I'll just go ahead and say that it's not for the faint of hearing.
Right.
Because I wear my emotions on my sleeve. I'm raw, and yeah, things happen. So, but yeah, I appreciate you having me on.
Oh, yeah, my pleasure, man. Thank you.
My initial thoughts of the Clemson game, it it was a good game. Let's say that both defenses played pretty hard. Um, LSU made plays when you had to. I guess you could say Clemson. I'm worried about their offensive line, kind of like South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
As you see the name of my title there.
Yep.
But I wouldn't say their offensive line is as bad as ours right now. But if I was a Clemson fan, I'd worry about the offensive line because Cade Klubnik was, let's just say, running for his life at times. Let's just say that. The run game, a little concerning as well. That'd be my take from it. And Clemson secondary, I think they're a little suspect. That's my take on it. They may just had an off game, but Nussmeier didn't really light them up either. But I still think they give up a little too much on the edge.
Right.
Um, am I surprised they lost? No, because I actually picked LSU in this pick'em challenge that I do. So I
Mm-hmm.
picked LSU to win that game plus the points they were getting. I believe they got points in that game, but
Mm-hmm.
Brian Kelly's eventually had to win an opening game at LSU eventually. So why not this one? It's a big time matchup, big time environment. Um, and it was time. I think. I thought it was a good game, a good competitive game. I know some Clemson fans are a little, I guess, hurt. I guess
Mm-hmm.
because of the pass interference, a couple calls and calls that go their way a couple times as well. But like I always say, man, you can't leave a game in the referee's hands. You got to go out there and execute, and you got to be in control of how the game turns out, in my opinion. So
Right. Yeah. Yeah, they might have missed some calls, but ultimately you can't blame them. You still have to go out there and make the plays.
exactly,
And I mean that you hit all the nails right on the head there for Clemson as far as what I was thinking. I mean, Cade, he certainly didn't look like a Heisman contender. The
mm-hmm.
running game, I think I saw they only had 32 yards rushing.
Yeah, I think they only had
Randall
like 5 carries, maybe.
Randall only carried the ball once in the second half. I mean, you you can't have that. You can't do that. And once they
Mm-hmm.
know that it was all passes, just like you said, Cade was running for his life. They had no run. They were teeing off on him. They had no run game.
Yeah,
Why would they not?
they became real one dimensional.
Um, and I was really shocked too. I mentioned this the other day. Brian Kelly, though, I mean, he was bound and determined to get this monkey off his back.
Yeah,
This 0-1 to start the season, he went to extremes. Did you see he put pictures up and they had like 1-0 shirts on? Like they went all out on this 1-0 thing. They treated it almost like a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, they were definitely trying to. I think he was feeling it. At a place like LSU, they don't have time to be messing around. They want you to win right away,
Mm-hmm.
and that was key. Getting that monkey off your back, getting off to a good start, and winning an opening game. I think that was important for his seat not to be so hot today.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then I mean, as far as both of these teams going forward, I mean, everything they want still right there in front of them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
I mean,
Clemson don't really have a whole lot to worry about in front of them. You got Florida State to play good. We'll talk about that later, I guess. But you got a couple games that I would probably be a little concerned for Clemson. But like you said, everything's still in front of them. I mean, the ACC's still up for them. I mean, as far as LSU, I mean, they got a tough schedule. They still got to play Bama, and I don't have their schedule right here in front of me, but they still got some
oh
tough
yeah,
games
they
out there.
still.
So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so yeah.
LSU definitely tough schedule going forward. Definitely LSU tough schedule going forward. Clemson, like I said though, everything's right there in front of them still. We just talked about that part of it. Is there anybody else? P Digits, I see you just jumping in the chat. Is there anything else Clemson? I mean, it's wild that their record is what it is against SEC teams lately.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Klubnik, 0 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
Did you hear Dabo's press conference? The reporter asked him. He said he made a reference about being 0-4 in the last couple years or so, and
Mm-hmm.
Dabo snapped back at him. Well, what about the overall record?
Right. Well, and then
But
even in
yeah, I
their
mean, he's got. I mean, go ahead.
oh sorry, I was just gonna say even in their openers, they've only scored 10 points. Their last
Yeah,
3 openers.
Dabo's got to be feeling that pressure, and I think that narrative is probably going to start popping up, in interviews and clippings and press conferences, and until he, I guess, kind of like Brian Kelly, gets that little monkey off his back. And honestly, it's not a big one because, like he said, he does have a winning record and stuff. I mean, he does when it matters in championship games. He's come through several times. So it's still the fact that you at Clemson and their fans expect a championship caliber team, which all fans should do that, honestly, no matter
Mm-hmm.
what the school is. And I think that narrative is going to heat up his seat a little bit as far as that. Now, I don't think it's going to be something that he's going to have to worry about getting fired over, but that's going to start be a burning question around Clemson if he can't beat some of these SEC teams.
Right. Because I mean, you're gonna have to either them or Big Ten teams
Yeah, it
when it
was
comes to
actually
the
yeah.
playoffs. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
at some point, if you want to get to where your ultimate goal is, you're gonna have to beat them.
Yep.
And right now, Clemson is not. P Digit says that Dabo has a point when it comes from the media saying that. Yeah, sometimes coaches take things too that, I mean, you can't really word it other than for it to sound like a slight, even though you don't mean it as a personal slight. But the coaches do, man. They take it personal.
Oh yeah.
Like, how dare you ask me that question? How dare you ask me that question? Speaking of how dare, how about Castellanos, Florida State? How dare he say that Alabama and Nick Saban isn't there to save them anymore? Man, he talked all that smack, and he backed it up with Florida State upsetting Alabama. What did you think about that outcome, Chuck?
Oh man, honestly that was the surprise of the day for me. Honestly, yeah, that'd probably be the surprise of the day. I mean, hey, the man's confident, dude, and if you can go out there and back it up, hey, he he put the ACC on notice. I don't. It's hard to say they're gonna win it, but I mean, he went out there against Alabama, which was it more FSU really improved, or was it Alabama still playing Alabama football from last year, where they struggle on the road
Mm-hmm.
and can't seem to get over that road hump there? But he's confident. He went out there, he balled out, he made the right plays when he had to, and he brought life back to Florida State for this
Mm-hmm.
year. Coming off that 2-10 season last year.
They certainly looked much improved. They look like a completely different football team. Which,
Oh hell
granted,
yeah! Oh sorry, heck
they
yeah.
oh yeah, no, you're fine. I mean, they are. They probably are though. I think I saw they had like 23 transfer portal players.
Yeah.
And speaking of the number 23, I think that's how many seasons that Alabama has gone without losing an opener. So I mean, this DeBoer is getting himself into parts unknown down in
Yeah.
Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Yeah. His seat's really burning because that's you don't go to Alabama and follow Nick Saban and play like they've been playing um, with the board there. And like you said, he's actually getting out into uncharted water
Mm-hmm.
if he ain't careful. But
He did.
that
He said it was downright shocking.
yeah, it was, man. I mean, I was because I almost picked them, man, in that challenge I'm in. I almost picked Florida State with the points because they was getting like 13 points or something like that. And I was like, man, I might take Florida State just for I forgot that Castellanos said what he said and he was on the team. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't even think about it honestly, but I was toying with taking them, and I was like, nah, I'll go with Alabama. I think they can handle them, but I think Castellanos surprised a lot of people and, like you said, backed up everything he said.
Man, yeah, it's always. See, I never could talk. I couldn't talk. It would not work out for me. But for someone to come out, say the things he said, and then back it up, I mean, that's elite level, in my opinion. Now, he might not turn out to be an elite quarterback,
Yeah.
but what he did was elite. We
Yeah,
have,
he's just a player, man. I mean, he's a fighter. I mean, he's scrappy.
he's dog, as they call it
Yeah.
these days. So we've talked about the LSU Clemson game, which they're showing highlights of it right now. LSU snaps 5-game losing streak in season openers, longest streak in program history. And then we've got FSU ending Alabama's 23 long win streak.
Mm-hmm.
And then how about this streak or record or whatever you want to call it? Julian Sayin becomes the first freshman quarterback to start and win against the number one ranked team since 1984. Anybody want to take a guess at the quarterback? You'll be shocked. He's an NFL coach right now.
You said 1984.
Mm-hmm. I think that's
NFL
the year they said.
NFL coach.
Yeah, play quarterback, beat the number one team as a true freshman. Julian Sayin did it, and
I don't follow the NFL, so I couldn't tell you.
it's Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh. I
Mm-hmm.
got you.
Yep, Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
But Julian Sayin, yep. I mean, to me, those two teams were identical.
Mm-hmm.
I think both of them will be in the playoffs, very deeply into the playoffs. Somebody had to win that game. What did you make of the Texas and Ohio State game, Chuck?
Well, since you said that about Julian Sayin being the first person to do that since 1984, that leads me to believe that the preseason polls are just garbage. I'd never believed Texas should have been number one, honestly. Until you beat the champions, I think they should have been number one, and that's just my opinion. I didn't think Texas deserved to be number one to start with, and I think yesterday proved it because Arch Manning is living off the Manning name right now, man. And I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. I think he's pretty capable of doing some things, but to put them at number one just because Arch Manning is returning, they lost a lot of players to the NFL, and what gave them that status to be number one? That'd be my question. So I think the rankings was a little off. Congratulations to Sayin for doing that, I guess, if that's what you want to, because they were number one.
Right.
But I thought it was as far as the game goes, it was a big defensive struggle. Both teams played pretty solid. Um, Arch Manning, I guess the number one front runner for Heisman, didn't look like it yesterday. Which
He,
honestly,
he's
none of the
not
court,
anymore.
none of the quarterbacks looked like they were worthy of the Heisman this weekend. Honestly,
Not really.
Nussmeier probably had the best game of all of them.
He's taken over in the odds as the number one odds guy now.
I mean,
this week.
even Sellers. I mean, he didn't have the best game as far as a Heisman candidate. But going back to the Ohio State game, it was a defensive game. Like I said, Texas. It just, I don't even know, man. It was Texas didn't live up to their number one hype. I just put it that way.
Right. Yeah, I mean their offense didn't. It looked stale almost.
Yeah.
Like they never really could get anything going on offense. And I mean, like you said, it was a defensive struggle. I put it then. The reason I ended up picking Ohio State to win it was because they were going to be at home.
Yeah.
It's like I went back and forth. I mean, and they went back and forth. This game did. I mean, for a minute you might have thought Texas was going to win, then you might have thought Ohio State was going to win, and then to this Arch Manning thing. If you want to crown him, then crown him. But everybody's already crowned the guy to be the next coming of Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, and that's why he's already talking about staying in college another year. He's not ready.
No.
Go look at the competition he played in high school and then come back talk to me.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, the level of talent that he played in high school. And somehow we're just supposed to trust his recruiting ranking, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure the kid's going to be good, no doubt. But to go ahead and say he's the guy is kind of crazy, in my opinion. And it proved that yesterday. And I don't know how much of that was Texas's defense, or not Texas, but Ohio State's defense.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, he looked off. He looked off at times, man. I mean, he couldn't complete a pass. And then at times, he was throwing dimes out there. So, I mean,
it was sporadic.
He just needs to. I think if he gets some more starts under his belt, he might be okay. But to go ahead and say he's a Heisman Trophy candidate game one, and he's not there yet.
Right.
But it was a pretty good game. I thought so, man.
Oh yeah.
I think it was what I thought it was probably going to be, a low scoring defensive game.
Yeah, that's kind of what I expect mostly in game ones, anyways. I expect sloppy, like defensive type struggles. I mean, can't expect these offenses to come out here and click right off the bat. Back to this Arch thing. Let's get Mark's comment in here real quick. Let me see. Arch was put in a terrible situation. They gave him ridiculous hype without him showing anything than his first meaningful start is against the defending champions. I mean,
Yeah.
First big start. Yeah. Hey, good luck. You're going on the road against the Buckeyes.
Yeah, they didn't do him no favors by starting him in that game.
I don't even know what the rest of their quarterback room looks like. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't dove into Texas's offense, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even know if they have somebody else. Oh, we've got another person joining the building. P Digits. Let's get my guy up here. P Digits, can we hear you?
Evening.
Good evening. We can hear him. Perfect.
There you
go. One thing I'll say about Arch Manning, he also was going against I think, two-time Super Bowl defensive coordinator with Matt Patricia. You know, he didn't see – you're not going to see a lot of that stuff that he saw last night with other coordinators going through the season. Not saying that Matt Patricia's, better than everybody else as a defense coordinator, but he does hide things very, very well.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Look at the defense that Arch Manning went up against. That's correct. Matt Patricia, obviously a very smart defensive mind.
Yeah, I think he's a rocket scientist, actually.
I mean, as far as defenses go, he's probably pretty close to it.
Yeah. I can't remember what his degree was, but it's something along that line. I know that. Intelligent guy.
That's interesting. I was unaware. So do we need to backtrack? Is there anything you need to get off of your mind about Clemson?
No, just pretty much what I expected, to tell you the truth. Maybe not the outcome of the game, but the offensive line, the running, you keep the defense on. Now, I will say, I saw improvements of the defense that I didn't see last year. So that's a good thing. But the defense was also out there way too much. And, when you only run the ball, Garrett Riley has a tendency to do this. And I don't know why. Yeah, we weren't, gashing and getting 10 yards or 8 yards. I think we got one 8-yard run. But you don't go away from the run. And when you only run the ball 4 times in the second half, you become pretty predictable.
Mm-hmm.
So
that is exactly what happened. And it's wild. We can sit here and diagnose it, but somehow the coaches can't figure it out in the moment sometimes. It's strange.
Yeah. Well, neither he or his brother really like to run the ball that much. So
yeah. Typical air raid guys for sure.
Yeah.
That's what they were known for. No doubt about it. And
congrats on the Gamecocks, fellas.
Yes, sir. Thank you. We haven't gotten to the Gamecocks yet, which we can now. We can go ahead and jump right into the Gamecocks. I felt like it was exactly like we said. I expected it to be a very close game, and the Gamecocks hopefully pull it away late, which they did. But, there for a minute, Virginia Tech was hanging around. The offense, other than that first drive, wasn't all that impressive. We hit the long pass to Harbor. He still had a few drops. Vickery Swain, Peyton Williams, and then Nick Harbor making that long pass play, the punt return, and then, the interception, which we had 2 of them. We got bailed out. It was exactly what I expected, though. We came out forcing the turnovers, thank goodness. And I'll tell you this, Chuck and P. Fred J.R. Johnson, stud. Yep. Go ahead and mark it. Stud linebacker. Dude was everywhere.
Agree.
So, Chuck, what were your initial takeaways from the game? What did you see?
Ooh, Lord. Mm-hmm. Well, I saw the same thing I've been seeing for the last 4 years. Actually, longer than that, since since Spurrier left. A shitty offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Our left side of the offensive line is no better than our right side. It's frustrating, mind numbing. It's hard to figure out why are we still so bad on the offensive line. Lenoris, he had to make things happen again today.
Mm-hmm.
Running for his life, scrambling. We only had three good series in the whole game. You had the opening series where we went down the field, scored a touchdown, and then the one where we got a field goal with Rasul breaking off a big run on 2nd and 33, and he got 31, something like that.
Yeah.
And was able to punch it in or kick a field goal, and then a deep pass to Nick Harbor. As far as offensively, that was the only 3 possessions that actually looked good as far as the offensive line working. Like you said, Fred Johnson on defense, I think he had 10 tackles, a couple pass breakups, an interception. I wish you'd have stayed in the end zone. That would have saved us 2 points. But he was in the moment of the game, and he thought he could bring it out and set us up in bad field position. But, he'll learn. Let's see. What else? Oh, the punt return. First time we had a punt return since, 2013?
Oh, man, yeah, it's been a minute. It was electric.
Yeah. It was electric. Vicari Swain. It, it wasn't the way I'd hoped the game was going to go, but we got out of there to win. And yeah, we'll move on to next week. um, speaking of records, freaking Lenore Sellers is first Gamecock quarterback to win in Atlanta since Ronnie Bass.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so there's a record, 48 years, I think, too, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
I
Y'all,
think
that's a
what
name. That's a name drop right there. Sunshine.
Sunshine. So
Oh, Ronnie
I,
Bass.
I mean, the defense played pretty good. I like the way the defense played as far as the line, the secondary. They played too soft, I think, in this game.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's because they wasn't able to get pressure like they would hoped, but they played a little too soft for me. Going back to the offensive line or the offensive side of the ball, I think the frustrating part to me about this game was how smaller Virginia Tech was on the defensive line, and yet they were dominating. They were pushing us back,
Mm-hmm.
getting pressure on Sellers. So
It seemed like they were in the backfield a lot.
too much.
And as you mentioned, so I've got it brought up here on the screen. As you mentioned, Lenore Sellers making things happen a lot. This is one of his plays where I give advice to defensive backs. You cannot tackle Lenore Sellers up high.
Yeah.
He's rolling right. The guy tries to grab him on the shoulder pad, not having none of it. Lenore's gets the first down on 3rd and 11. It's such a beautiful thing to have on offense, and I'm sure Mike Shula loves having this at his disposal. You've got to, right?
Oh yeah.
You have absolutely got to, because Lenore's can make things happen all on his own for you. That was about the opening drive there. For some reason, it's not letting me scroll upwards anymore. Here's the punt return from Swain right here. Hopefully everybody can see that on their screen. It's a little small for me. I literally cannot make it any bigger the way I'm sharing this video, but we'll roll with it.
Yeah.
But all you need to know is go ahead.
I actually thought that was going to get called back, right as you see, right about back around the 40-yard line. It looked like he was trying to throw a block, but he kind of turned his back to him. I thought it was going to get called there, so
Right.
I thought it was going to get a illegal block or something, but
It
There
looked like he got
too many
his head in front of him, you know.
yeah, I think that's why. But it kind of looked a little in the moment. It looked like, but yeah, I was a little nervous about that, but.
Yeah, I could have saw the same. That's usually the way it goes.
Oh yeah, I was waiting on the flag while we were celebrating in the end zone.
Yeah. And here, well, that's the one too. Nick Harbor, that touchdown that was supposedly a drop. I was all excited. I was like, "Yeah, touchdown!" Because I didn't even see. You couldn't see that he bobbled it until they showed that other view.
He didn't bobble it till he hit the ground.
Yeah, and then he certainly didn't bobble this one that's playing on the screen right now. 64-yard
no.
touchdown. He was able to get him one. He still had some drops. What did you think he looked better? Are you pleased with how he played?
He didn't have a one drop, right?
I want to say he had two.
Two. I think he had two.
I'm pretty sure he had two.
Yeah, it might have been two. Okay. I don't know. Am I happy with his performance? Yeah. I mean, he had 3 catches, 99 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm a huge Nick Harbor fan. Pete probably knows. I talk about this all the time with Jordan, but I said Harbor's going to get more than 700 yards this year receiving.
Oh,
So
He's
I
off
think
to a
he's
good
going.
start.
I think he's going to be our leading receiver. And yeah, you're right. He's off to a good start. Almost got 100 yards in game one. And I think I would have been impressed with him if we had a better offensive line because Lenore's would have had more time to throw. These receivers don't have time to get open, man. When you got 3 seconds, less than 4 seconds, you ain't getting down the field very far with your offensive line giving up pressure like that. So they don't have time to get in their route good.
And, Lonnie Teasley, he better get going with that development because there is a guy on that staff that can get it done on the line, and that's Sean Elliott.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I said. Take him out and put Sean in and put him as a recruiting coordinator or something. I don't know. Because he can recruit. Teasley's a recruiter. He's got that DMV pipeline. And I don't know why these guys want to come play for him. Because as a coach, the way it ain't working, man.
And going back to Harbor, he reminds me of I don't know if you guys remember Martavius Bryant at Clemson.
Mhm.
Tall, could fly. Martavius probably had a little bit better hands than Harbor, but yeah, there's a lot of similarities. And yeah, if they do get that line at least average and give a little time so he can get down the field, he can blow right past people.
You got to think he's got track speed, but track speed ain't in the first 3 steps.
Right.
If you ever watch him run track, he's not a 100-meter guy. He's a 200-meter. He can run you down in 200. He ain't gonna win many 100-meter races, not at the collegiate level. Now, high school, yeah, he was dominating them young high school kids, but if you've seen him in the Olympic trials, he couldn't even keep up with them college sprinters, man, the Olympic sprinters.
Yeah.
So it takes him a minute to get going. And if you ain't giving him, giving Sellers protection so he can get into his route and get down the field, as you've seen on that play, they gave Sellers protection, and that gave him time to get that post route, and he hit it, and he running away from the dude. So
Yeah.
you got to give. It all starts with giving Sellers time. If he ain't got no time, them wide receivers ain't doing no good out there on that field. Not on one of them.
Right.
No.
Well, I'll tell one more thing that kind of surprised me in that game. I always felt South Carolina was going to win. I was kind of surprised how Virginia came out and stood up with South Carolina and they were able to do it for 3 quarters. That fourth quarter, I think that defensive line was starting to get tired. They were starting to get gashed a little bit, and same with them. They were on the field quite a bit too.
Yeah.
But I was pretty impressed with Virginia Tech. I mean, last year they kind of got a little bit of hype, and I think they might have just been maybe just a year off because they're going to be formidable.
Yeah.
The 2 wide receivers for them made some really great plays.
Mm-hmm.
Aiden and Green. I forget. I got
Aiden Green and
Donovan Green, wasn't it?
Donovan Green, yeah, the Green brothers.
They're both Green, yeah. Those dudes, I mean, they were legit. And Jones, he didn't have much time really either. And Dylan Stewart, please stay on sides, man. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
He wreaked a little bit of havoc. I was surprised we didn't hear his name more, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. I think Virginia Tech played really good on him.
Mm-hmm.
Of course there was some questionable calls, but I don't want to be nitpicky, but I think they finally figured out they needed to move him around some. That's when he started getting more pressure.
Right.
They kept him on the edge for a while, and I mean he just wasn't doing anything. And then I think they moved him into the middle, and he got tackle for a loss, I believe it was, and then he got back on the edge and got the sack, and then he started playing. He started playing like he did last year. So
yeah, I feel like you got to move a player like that around, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that makes sense, right, Chuck? I mean, that makes sense. You guys,
Yeah, you can't have the guy coming from the same position all the time. I mean, they either going to chip him, they're going to double team him, they're going to do something to slow him down. So why
Right.
not stun him and try to move him inside, loop around, whatever. Try to get him in there a different way. There's got to be you got to get creative when it comes to the defensive edge position. So
P. Digits, what do you think?
Well, same thing. I think you need to move them around. I think that's a very smart thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, think about how that messes up the offense. I bet you there's way more plays to chip a defensive end than there are to chip him. I mean, there's some places you're not even going to be able to chip him if he's lined up in the right spot. So all of a sudden, you maybe have to double team him in the middle. You could really throw a monkey wrench into what the offense coordinator is trying to do with the other team if you move Stewart around.
Yeah. And I was like PJ said, I was impressed with Virginia Tech, man. They came out and they had a pretty good game plan for us, and they hung with us for almost 3.5 quarters. So and so I honestly think they're gonna beat Virginia Vanderbilt this weekend.
Somebody needs to beat Vanderbilt. They need to get knocked off of their little pedestal down. They walk around too big for me.
I really think they got a good shot to beat Vandy this weekend because I think that's at Virginia Tech, ain't it?
Yeah, I want to say so because they played at Vanderbilt last year. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so that'd be my upset pick for week 2. So
yeah, I don't hate that. I like that.
But yeah, I don't know, man. It's I go back to the offensive line. If we got that, I think we see a better performance today, both on the ground and through the air.
Yeah, that it's just so wild to me about this offensive line. Like, it used to drive me crazy when Muschamp was the coach. They would always hype up the offensive line. That's the best offensive line we've ever had. Wait till you guys see it. We're gonna run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. Nope. At least now they're not hyping it up to us, but we're still getting that same level of performance. It seems like going into SEC play, we have got to figure that out.
Yeah, that was kind of confusing too. They hyped up Shed Surratt. He didn't even make the trip. He was injured. It's like, what the heck, man?
Really?
Y'all hyped him up, talking about he could potentially play, and he ain't even on the bus. So I mean, I think there was a little bit of hype around the offense this year, the line, but I got to quit buying into it because until they prove it, I can't be believing that mess.
I mean, it's hard to at this point.
Yeah.
The good news is though, I mean, it is game 1. So you did what you wanted to do, which is win.
Yeah.
And then you have some coachable and teachable moments that you can pull out of this. Shane Beamer's teams typically do improve throughout the year. So with that game 1 performance, I think I am perfectly content going forward with this team improving throughout the year. Improvements need to be made, yes. But based on what we saw today, what I saw today, I think I'm perfectly comfortable with this football team if it improves going forward.
Yeah.
P. Digits, where does Dabo and Clemson go from here?
I don't know. To tell you the truth. We'll see. I mean, they have a tendency to get a little better throughout the season too. But I was kind of hoping that they would be kind of picking up where they left off at the end. I know we lost 2 of the last 3, but before that, there were a lot of strides that were being made, and it kind of felt like you were taking 2 steps back. So last night, I don't know. We'll find out.
Mark says 1-0 is better than 0-1 any day.
That's true.
He said we beat the spread, and that rarely happens for us in the first game. Talking about the Gamecocks.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, for Clemson, it's not like I said earlier, P. Digits, y'all still have everything right out in front of you. The Gamecocks, they still have everything right out in front of them. I said, listen, we got to start 5-0. Gamecocks have got to start 5. If they want to be anywhere near the playoffs, you got to go 5-0 in these first 5 games.
Mm-hmm.
Those last 7, you don't want to drop a game before you get to those last 7, because you got 4. If you get through there 4-3, you'll be good to go. And man, that's a tough ask. That team today, I don't know if it could do it.
Yeah, if we come out playing like we did today, yeah, we may be 2-3. Possibility.
I mean, we can't just count Vanderbilt, Missouri, and Kentucky as wins anymore like we used to.
No.
Well, I mean, Missouri, we've never really been able to. But I do remember the days Vanderbilt and Kentucky, check, win.
Mm-hmm.
Going down, just win. You can't do that anymore for either of them.
Nope.
No, the transfer portal's completely changed all that stuff right there. I mean, it goes from just year to year now. I mean,
Yeah.
I know on Chuck's show, I think maybe even on yours, JD, I even talked about I could see 4 to 5 very tough games for Clemson after last night, and what I saw yesterday might be 6 or 7.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
Yeah. That Florida State game's probably got you a little worried now, huh?
yeah, and that wasn't I wasn't expecting that, but yeah, they turned it right on. And those coordinators got them going. Gus Malzahn's doing Gus Malzahn things, and
I didn't even know he was there. I guess I ain't paid no attention to Florida State, but I didn't realize he was there.
I only saw it because a few people started posting about it on X leading up to the game.
Well, I remember because he was at UCF last year. He was a head coach there, and
yeah,
when he got picked up to go to Florida State, it was the general manager that actually picked him up, and the athletic director, and basically told he is going to be your offensive coordinator, which kind of made me go, well, here's another coach in waiting for for Florida State. So, but no, I mean, and they got a new defensive coordinator, and those guys were playing for him. They had a game plan, and they pulled it off against Alabama. But Alabama, to me, I don't think DeBoer's a bad coach. Alabama's an incredible program. I just think it's a bad marriage. I just don't see it mixing. So we'll see. We'll see with Alabama too, because that's a heck of a hit they took last night or yesterday.
Yeah, and it would be a heck of a hit for them to fire DeBoer as well, as his buyout is $69 million right now.
Oh, Lord.
Man.
$69 million. I mean, Alabama got it. They'll stroke the check if they want.
That's what I was getting ready to say. If they want him out of there, they'll get him out of there.
And P. Digits, I completely agree. It's a bad
Alabama.
marriage. Yeah.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah. The moment that they hired him, I didn't really understand it, but I don't know.
I mean,
I think at the same time,
hottest coach and best record. He was like the biggest up and rising star kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was also the only team that had a defense in the Pac-12 when he was there. I mean, there was no other team in the Pac-12 that had a defense.
No. And that Alabama defense yesterday got bullied a little bit.
Yep.
To the tune of 230 rushing yards.
So I don't know, and maybe it's with all the NIL and the transfer, maybe it's harder to coach and develop the players. They're not as willing to
accept coaching.
Yeah, accept the coaching. Exactly.
Yeah, it's a huge thing. You got to be coachable.
Yep, that's right.
No question about it.
but
Yeah,
it's just the world we live in now. I remember I was listening to I had to step away, and I was listening to Chuck's show earlier today, and someone asked him if he watched the NFL, and he kind of explained it, and immediately I started thinking, this is where they're taking college football, and I kind of agree with Chuck. I mean, I'll watch an NFL game, but I'm not as devoted to it as I used to be,
Yeah.
and I really hope we're not going to see the same effects in college football with all this. Because when it comes down to it, everybody is getting paid. Absolutely, everybody is getting paid now. The coaches have always been able to get paid and move on, and nothing happens there. And the players are getting paid now. Really, the fans are the ones that are starting to suffer from it.
Oh yeah, the average fan will get priced out for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I agree with you because at a certain point, it's going to grow even more. Super conferences are probably going to have to become the thing, and then that's when you really start talking about it. It's NFL light at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, the Big Ten and the SEC essentially would be 20, 25 teams, and the winner of those two conferences would play each other for the national championship or something.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the AFC and the NFC in NFL. I believe would be how it goes in college football. What do you think, Chuck? You think it's coming?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's already starting to show up. Just like the touchdowns, the no touchdowns. They're trying to bring it to the NFL level.
Yeah, I could not understand the one today with
Because,
Harbor
last night.
Yeah, and the one last night with LSU, that was a TD.
Yeah. I mean, what else you got to do to get a touchdown? I mean, it's like like you said, he's trying to bring the NFL to college, and I don't know. I don't want to see that. But it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Like, we already paying players, and we're paying ridiculous amount of money to coaches, and yeah, it's just that's what it's turning into be. Transfer portal. You can just go out and get who you want and buy whichever player you want, kind of like the NFL.
My whole thing about it was with the NIL. I'm not totally against players getting paid.
Oh, absolutely not.
Right.
However, this isn't what it was supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be $4 million to go buy your quarterback. It was supposed to be, hey, come sign a few autographs down here at the dealership for, $1,000. It was not designed, NIL wasn't designed with any rules in place. And then you're talking about people paying millions and millions of dollars to these players. And there's no rules anywhere. There's no rules.
Or was it designed like that? Maybe it was designed like that so they could go ahead and get these big corporations, in. Maybe it was. Maybe it was aimed to do exactly what it's doing right now.
Yeah, well, what it's doing right now is making a lot of fans angry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But guess what? We're not going to turn the TV off.
No, not anytime soon. I'm not.
We still watch.
I spent all day sitting on my tail yesterday. So.
Chuck, how much football did you consume yesterday?
Shoot, probably about 12 hours.
12 hours. Digits. What about you?
Yeah, at least.
I even watched a little bit of the West Coast teams that was on.
Yep.
Oh man.
And really it started Thursday night. I mean, there's been a lot of football watched. So
yeah.
Yeah, I'm drinking cheer wine zero so I can cut back on the sugar because, I haven't been moving.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got me some sweet tea right now. Good old sweet tea in my cup.
Yeah, this Miami Notre Dame game is not going that well from Notre Dame.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
that was one thing I hadn't mentioned yet that I definitely wanted to mention was, this game going on currently, Miami. That, hey, number 10 ranked team over, what is Notre Dame, the 6th?
6,
Mhm.
yeah.
Talking about another upset. I mean, it's not really that big of an upset, but
Well,
still an upset nonetheless, right?
right. I mean, I understand why the preseason polls need to come out, and there's a lot of people that have jobs that need to have storylines and everything else, but I really do not care about these rankings until right around week 4, week 5.
Yeah.
I hate them.
And that's,
Wasn't Florida State they were in the top 10 last year?
They were like number 10 last year, I think.
Yeah.
yeah.
And got 2 wins. And there's been one team like that in the top 10 for like the last 12 years that ends up finishing outside of the top 25. And then, I mean, you see last place teams like Arizona State. They were voted last in their conference last year and won it.
Yeah.
Like, I said this the other day. That's the beauty of college football. We don't know. We have no idea what's going to happen in those games. And so we were talking about how much football we've consumed. I consumed 12 hours of football yesterday as well. 8 of mine were done at a football stadium, though, at Furman Paladin Stadium.
Oh, yeah.
And then, I mean, here we are, though. First drive of the game. I'm sitting there just getting in my seat good. Bam, Taylor Blaylock, pick 6 to the house. Interception, touchdown Furman. I'm like, man, it was like 13 minutes ago in the first quarter. And we're already talking about a guy having a pick 6. And I'm just like, football is so amazing. I couldn't have predicted that was going to happen right then. You know what I mean? For all I know, it could have been the most boring game in the world. But here I am already getting action. And so that's the beauty of college football, though. We don't know what team's going to be really good, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
But all of those pre-ranked teams get the advantage of being ranked highly.
Yeah.
And all the teams that beat them get that advantage as well. You ever thought about that? So Ohio State, now they're going to be able to claim that they beat the number 1 team in the country all year long because they beat Texas when they were ranked number 1 in week 1. Like, even though maybe Texas turns out to be the 15th ranked team, that doesn't matter. Ohio State still beat them when they're ranked number 1. To me, that's just crazy. But they'll get credit for it. I picked Notre Dame, Mark.
Yeah, I picked
You
Notre
picked
Dame
Miami.
as well. I picked Notre
I
Dame.
picked Notre Dame. Good old Notre Dame. But man, it's been good football, though. I mean, for week 1 action, we've gotten everything we needed to see.
Yeah.
Oh, and then, did y'all see this? Lee Corso? Every team that he ever coached or played for won yesterday.
That's crazy.
It was like 6 teams. All of them won, though, on his final day. I thought that was a really cool little tidbit of information when I saw it earlier.
Yeah,
things work in mysterious ways.
Yeah, he was the only one on the game day crew to pick Florida State.
Yeah, and
Over
people were making fun of it. Also, yes, I do have another funny story for you guys. Alrighty. As a matter of fact, you won't be able to hear him in the video. It's all right. So I'm at the Furman game yesterday also. They get a kickoff return, I think it was. Let's see, was it a kickoff or a punt return? No, I can't remember. It was a punt return. And I hear the name Devin Hester Jr. You guys remember Devin Hester from the Bears?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's the first name that pops into my mind. So I'm like, oh, that's Devin Hester Jr. That's Devin Hester's kid. He just had an amazing punt return. I was like, that math's up, right? That works. Nope, not that. That's not his daddy. Different Devin Hester.
Oh man.
Different Devin Hester. And so it was hilarious that I asked that because I'm not kidding. 2 minutes later, I get an update from a Bleacher Report. Devin Hester Jr. is just like his daddy. And they showed the punt return or whatever from Bleacher Report. And I'm like, hey, look at this. Good thing I asked. And then, of course, I'm on Facebook today. Another person posts same thing. Devin Hester Jr. is just like his daddy, return or his daddy would have housed it or something. People were saying all kind of stuff. And I'm just like, here we are again. That's wrong Devin Hester. Guys, sorry.
Yeah.
I bet you he got it all the time too, like as a football player.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
oh, like the Devin Hester? That's your daddy?
He should have played that card to get into Miami.
Right.
Yeah.
And then his daddy's really like an accountant or something.
I have no idea.
And yeah, he's always like, hey, daddy. He's like, man, why don't all these people know you? Like,
Oh my God, you got to catch that ball, dude.
that is too funny, though. The Devin Hester, not that Devin Hester.
Yeah, when I saw your clip, your short, I was like, yeah, I wonder if that's Devin Hester. I actually thought that too, but I mean, I didn't do no research, but I said, that might be Devin Hester's son.
Yeah, that was exactly the literal first thing I thought. I was like, oh. I mean, Devin Hester does apparently have a son, I think, that's in high school playing football, maybe. But yeah, I was just like, dude, this is wild. I was like, Devin Hester's got a son here at Furman playing football. Nope.
A little old Furman.
And good. I mean, I didn't put out any information about it. And literally 5 minutes later, though, Bleacher Report, bam, Devin Hester Jr. I was like,
Wow.
man, that's too funny. I'm glad I asked.
Like father, like son. See, that's what you should have named your shorts. Like father, like son.
Just as sarcasm. Oh, man, that would have been funny.
You probably got some clicks like crazy. But,
Yeah, there's one I did for the Gamecocks that only got like 6
Oh,
views.
great catch.
Yes, that was a fantastic catch. But was it a catch?
Ooh.
Was it? Are we sure it was a catch? Are the refs going to rule it a catch?
Maybe not.
Who knows?
Oh, it looks like it to me.
Well, all of them looks like it, but I mean,
They're going to look at it. We're going to get a chance to see it.
oh
Looks
yeah,
like it to me, though.
he caught that ball. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, stopping the clock.
Yeah, I think he's good.
Yeah, he good. He got it. I thought it was a pretty good football weekend, man.
It was.
Had a couple upsets and a couple surprises.
South Florida over Boise State shocked me.
That was a good start to it.
That was shocking.
Who was Army? Army got beat by Tarleton State in FCS school.
Yeah, that was wild.
Oh, yeah.
There was a couple of them, man. So
They got paid like $250,000. Yeah.
That's bad when you get paid to come down to their own stadium and beat them. So,
but, man, that's like App State did to Michigan back in 2007.
There was another Austin Peay. Didn't Austin Peay beat somebody?
Yeah, I believe so.
And FCS beat an FBS team.
Mm-hmm. I
mean,
mean,
they're in the same conference.
Gamecocks can't see nothing. We've lost to the Citadel in the last 10 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they beat Middle Tennessee 34-14.
There you go.
Yeah, nice. I like it when little schools do big things. PC beat Mercer this week in football.
Man. Mercer, yeah.
Yeah, nobody saw that one coming.
Did anybody watch Utah?
No, I did not watch Utah.
Utah looked really good.
I was asleep.
You said they look really good, though?
Yeah, they did.
What night did they play?
Man, I don't think it was one of the later games.
No.
I mean, it might have been going on about 5 or 6 o'clock or so. I mean, our time. or their
Yeah.
time. But yeah, they beat
Ooh,
UCLA.
God almighty, he just leaped that fool. Ooh. Oh, they're bringing it back. Sorry about that, P. Did you?
Oh, you good?
That dude
I
just
hate-
jumped. He hurdled
yeah.
that dude.
I hate that when you got a good play and then you got something that probably didn't even need to happen that happens and it's a penalty and you got to go all the way back.
No, he laid on that dude on the ground. He flattened it and laid on him.
Oh yeah, I know it, but I don't think he really had to do that.
No, he didn't have to do that. He just, yeah.
Wouldn't have affected the play either way.
Yep.
But then no, another flag. My goodness, they can't quit playing with flags. We'll see what this flag is, and then we're about to slide on out of here. Y'all, it was a great weekend, though, for college football. It's back. Make sure to check out greenvillesportsmedia.com. I've got some articles up on there. My takeaways from the Gamecocks game. There's also a write-up on the Furman game. And then don't forget to go to TGFF Game Day and subscribe there. Hopefully, we will be live this week. They did a recording yesterday for the kickoff show, but hopefully next week we'll be live on that. So thank you, though, for Chuck taking time out of your day to come visit with me. Appreciate you being here. Tell everybody where they can find you at, good sir.
Oh, you can find me on YouTube Mondays, Fridays at 8 o'clock. And you can find me now that the season starts Saturday at game time. Down here, just like I said, if you don't have no kids around, let's just say that. Because it's
Yep.
not it's not for the faint of hearing.
Swear jar.
I do get passionate. And but yeah, you can find me on YouTube, Gamecock Chuck, or you can find me on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. I don't post a whole lot to X, but you can find me on there if you want to get in touch with me. But yeah, I appreciate you having me on, man, and it's great to be back football, man. Great to have football back for the Gamecocks. 1-0.
1-0, baby. We are there. P Digits, thank you for taking time out and joining us.
Yep.
You got anything else to say about it?
Nope. Just everybody make sure that you like the video on the way out.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
exactly.
Make sure to subscribe, like, all of that good stuff. So for Greenville Sports Media, Arden's Burger and Grill, Beef and Rib, I am the Southern Fried Gentleman of Southern Fried Sports. Y'all be blessed, not stressed. We will see y'all again soon. Good night.